Okay, welcome all. I hope I'm audible. In the previous presentation, we have worked out with assignment number 1. We'll just give a new look to it. Over here, we can see that in assignment 1, we have that is second year computers, and some students play cricket, some play football, and some plays badminton. Now, when we design a query, very program specific, we say it is not a good programming approach. So what we should do, we should arrange some program in a systematic way. Upon looking to the queries, you can see over here, the first is list of students who play both cricket and badminton. So it is related to set, and for that purpose, you can see another query also. It is also belong to the set theory. We have created a framework or module that will have all the concept of set theory. Let us see this today. I hope the screen is visible to all. Yes, participants.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so over here we can see that there are various set operations on list. We assume that as a set, and for that purpose, we have first created the union function. So it contains two list as a parameter, and the output is the third list, that is list C. So the simplest approach, A plus list B is the output, and you can list C. Now, as far as syllabus has been concerned, people say that you shouldn't use built-in functions. So over here it is the plus operator which is overloaded, but we are using the Python utility. We are not using any built-in functions such as sort and so. Now, second is we have to remove any duplicates. So sometimes when you combine the list, there is more probability that there are some duplicates. So we check for if any count is replicated, and we remove the duplicate, and we have the final list which is pure other than duplicates. Now, intersection of sets. So again, we have list A and list B. So over here we check if I is in list 1 and I is in list 2. So it simply implies there is an intersection. That means I belong both the sets, that is list A and list B, and hence we create the third list which belongs to an intersection. So we append I over here and we return list C. Now let us discuss the most important, that is difference, where we have to find either A minus B. So we have to subtract A and B. So if I in list 1 and I is not in list 2, then and then only we include it in list 3. So we get list 3 where we don't have any of the elements from list B. So do you remember the basic mathematical sets? So it is union, intersection, and difference. So we create our own model. So creating special functions is not recommended. So we should create our own libraries. I'll send this code to you using the chat box. You can copy it from there. Yes, participants, able to get the code? I can put it. There is a okay. You are able to get the last intersection function. So I put the codes that was related to intersection function and the difference one. So if anything is missing, you can get it from over here. So here is the code for intersection function and difference function. Everyone getting the library?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll share another screen where we are going to use the library. So we have to import that. My file name was DSL-A1 and we are using sets. So it is related to set queries. So I rename it as set and it belongs to program A1. So that is quite easily. Now let us go to our problem statement. So we have 4 queries to be executed and the first part is it is students of engineering. So let us create the class. So initially we will have some roll number, name, class is SE computer and suppose by default we set it to 0. That means it is not allocated. Second is we are updating the record. That means either name or roll number or sports. So over here we can use the sports which has been updated. So it will be display the sports over here. You can remove this line if you don't want. Then next is display function, very easy. Whatever the student record is available. 1 second. I'll share the screen again. It is not visible. Yes, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first line you can see that is we have to import the set record. So import DSL A1 underscore set and we created 3 lists, one for cricket, another for badminton, another for football. And naturally we have to create the class that is student with the attributes roll number, name, class and sports. So this init is nothing but a constructor of that class which is called automatically by default. So over here we specify the default values for the students. Now second we have update function where we are going to update roll number, name and sports if any to the students. And finally display function, it is just displaying the information of the particular students. Most important point, we are adding sports. So we are having 3 flags. We are adding cricket, another is we are adding badminton. So we send the flag for that. The flag is 1, it is the sports is cricket. Flag is 2, the sports is badminton. Flag is 3, the sports is football. I hope this much is quite clear as far as the class student is concerned. Any questions from the participants about the class? Okay, now main part of the program, we have to add students to the program. So we will accept the input as number of students will be accepted. So first we'll accept the roll number, name, and we'll display a menu for the sports. So 0 for no sports, 1 for cricket, 2 for badminton, and 3 for football. And over here we accept the input as now enter the sports choice. Hence we are now updating the data. So we update it as dot update roll number, name, and sports. And finally we are adding the sports to the list. So here we are creating the set where as the sports we are adding the sports. That means we are creating the set. That means we are returning the object of type student. Now let us check for the status. So we'll check how many students are playing cricket, how many students are playing badminton, students are playing football. Simultaneously, we have created 4 queries. So over here we have the first query, that is N1, so 1, then second is 2, and third option is 3, third query, and fourth query. So over here you can see the query is as per the given problem statement. So you can get it from here. The first A, list of students who play both cricket and badminton. So it was, the menu is as per the problem statement, and we accept the choice of either which query to be executed. So over here we have the code. If he is entering 0, then he should quit the program. 1, then now this part is very important. 1 is for intersection, as we have list of students who play both. Now over here the statement both is most important. So therefore it is cricket and badminton intersection, since it has a word both. Everyone getting or agree or disagree with the intersection of set? So it is intersection of set. So both who are playing both cricket and badminton will be displayed. Now second statement is related to list of students who play either cricket or badminton. Over here, yes, okay. So over here there is also intersection, we can say, cricket and badminton, and then we go for to find the difference of that. First find the intersection of them and we store them into a list, and then find the difference between the union of the cricket and badminton subtracted by the intersection. Everyone understood this complicated query? Yes, participants. So you can study that list of students who play either cricket or badminton, but not both. So we have to include both cricket and badminton, that is intersection, and we have to subtract it from the set of the common. So we have to use union and then subtract it. Now let us move to the third one. Number of students who play neither cricket nor badminton. So it is expected that he should play either football. So over here we union it and check cricket and football. So we have to find the difference. Then we union the intersection, that is union of cricket and badminton and football, and finally we create the difference, that the union of cricket and badminton must be subtracted. So what is remaining is football. So as per the query, we have used the library functions. We have created our own library module and we have included that in the project. Now, let's say choice number 4. Number of students who play both cricket and football but not badminton. So, both cricket and football means intersection of cricket and football, and then there is a difference between the set L1 and badminton. So, the set will return every time a list. So, you should note that the output of the set theory is again a set. Now, over here, it is expected number of students. Therefore, we use the len function. And finally, we terminate the program. So, over here, this is just the program definitions. We have not executed the program code till this highlighted part. Now, let us move to execute the program. So, my main program starts here. N is equal to input, enter number of students, and we create an empty list of students. We append the student information by using add students to the student list, and we print all the student data over here, and finally we call the status. So status is who is playing which game. Now the last line, which is an infinite loop, which allows us to query multiple times. So while one, we will execute the query functions. Now let us run the program. So it asks for number of students. I enter 6 over here. Let's say row number 1 name is A and he is playing sports as cricket. Row number 2 is playing badminton and name is B. So the choice is 2. Row number 3 is playing some different game. So let us see is the name and football is the choice. Now over here, since we want to replicate the data, we will use roll number 1 to attend badminton. Okay, roll number 1 A, and he is going to play badminton. So choice, he is playing already cricket. So he should be choosing the sports badminton. Now roll number 2, take roll number 3 is for instance, and let him play cricket. Now this is the where last roll number, we will take 4 for that. So we'll get some outcome for football. Name is D and let us play football. You can see it was displayed. The list will contain list of students who are playing cricket, who are playing football, and who are playing badminton as well. Everyone got how the lists are created or sets are created. Now let us work with the first statement or query 1. So it is nothing but intersection. So we get the output as 1. You can see this over here, the students who play both cricket and badminton. So answer is 1. Everyone getting the output. Yes, participants.
Yes.
Now list of students who play either cricket or badminton but not both. So we will see that roll number 3 and 2, they are playing either cricket or badminton but not both, because one was the intersection of cricket and badminton, so one is omitted from the list. Let us move to the third point or third query, number of students who play neither cricket nor badminton. So the number is 1. The person who is not playing either cricket or football was 4. That is the last one we have entered. Now let us move to the choice number 4. You can see that number of students who play both cricket and football but not badminton. So the answer is 3, that is roll number 3, and one person is there who is not who is playing both cricket and football but not badminton. Yes, participants, any query on the current program? Okay, I'll share the code function by function to you so that you will be able to execute today's assignment, and we will discuss it assignment number 2 tomorrow. I'll just share the screen or using the chat box. So over here, code for assignment 1. I'll put the each function one at a time. You can see I have used the student function, and second, that is add student details and up till status. Next function is the query. And the main program is now being transmitted. Yes, participants got each and every function. Query program is little big, so I resend it. Resending the query function. Yes, we can take down the details. So I hope you have each and every copy of the functions. Only thing is you have to understand each and every code and format it properly. Understand the code, understand the program, and implement your own strategies for execution of queries. Yes, participants, any question?
Sir, is there a way to reduce number of lines?
Hello? Yes, I don't hear you properly.
Sir, is there a way to reduce the number of lines?
Yeah, optimization is always possible, but first you should be able to write the program is most important. So when you are able to write and understand the program, then we can reduce the size of the program, surely. Yes? First, it is easy to understand a detailed program, and when you are expert, then you can surely reduce the line of the code. You can see this, the function size is very, very small. So over here it is, you can see. So now my module, that is set functions, are very small, but it is quite relevant. So intersection is, I'll have to send it again. Use operations on list, remove, and so I have sent the intersection over here again. So whatever code was missing, so you can see that is one function is having at least 10 lines and not more. So when you write a project, be honest. I tell you, the project line needs to be about 10,000 lines or even 1 lakh lines. So this program is very, very small as compared to a big project has been concerned. You have to work with very huge code in practice. Yes, everyone, any query related to the line of codes? And one interesting fact I'll tell you, in software industries, people estimate line of code as an effort of the person, and he is paid on the line of codes. In the olden days, this LOC was the measure for estimating the efforts of the employee. So based on that, the cost of project was been estimated. So don't worry about line of codes. We have to optimize it if required, and optimization is more time consuming. So try with the code, try to execute the program and give feedback by tomorrow. In tomorrow's session, we will start with assignment number 2 in detail. So we'll stop this presentation over here. I'll write the code for today's session. So it is CO and session number it is 503. So you can give the attendance for today's session with this code, that is CO0503. Fine. So in practical session, one part will be discussion, another part you will be going to practice the given code, and based on that your assignment will be ready as you practice. Fine, everyone?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so you can practice with the Python code. Thank you. We'll leave the meeting over here.